Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Adlina Binti Muhammad Nasir. My matric number is 290310.
My name is Khadijah Binti Ahmad. My number matric is 290314.
Name is Muhammad Amirul Hafiz bin Muhammad Nasir. My number matric is 290340.
My name is Abdul Aslam. My number matric 288817.
The economy of Malaya is divided into two, which is the traditional economy and the modern economy. Traditional economy refer to subsistence economic activities with low production, use of traditional method and concentrate in rural areas. The type of traditional economic activities are trade, agriculture, fisheries and mining. Next, modern economy refers to the economy developed by British and Chinese entrepreneurs, characterized by mass production, abundant use of capital, and use of modern technology. The types of modern economies are export agriculture, mining, and international trade. The level of economic development of Malaysia is divided into three, which is pra-colonial era, colonial era and independence era. The economy of Malaya began in 1400 since Parameswara opened the city of Malacca. Malacca City is an east-west entrepot trade center. The economic activities of the Malay community at that time were of a subsistence based on paddy cultivation and fishing activities. Economic activities in the Malay archipelago became increasingly important with the establishment of several Malay governments that began to control the ports, which became a stopover for ships from China, India and West Asia to conduct their business. The success achieved by the government of Malacca at that time aroused interest in Western countries to control trade until finally the government of Malacca was colonized by the Portuguese, Dutch and British.
Next is colonial era. 400 years of colonization greatly affect the economy of Malaya. Western colonial rule in Malaya had a very critical impact, especially on the economic structure in the Malay state. The fall of Malacca Empire to the Portuguese formed a new era. It was the starting point of the intervention of Western power in region generally in Malaya. Colonization by the Portuguese and Dutch did not leave much impact on the economy. The economy of the country changed during the British rule, were more focused on tin mining and rubber plantation. Early 19th century, British rule in Malaya has been more focused on economic activities that tended towards increased export earnings, but did not provide protection for the domestic product. To support the export economy found on major commodities, tin and rubber, many immigrant labour were brought from China and India. The result of the open policy toward the influx of the Chinese and Indian immigrants, which began in the last quarter of 19th century, was the formation of Malaysian society consisting of various races, ethnics and lifestyle. After colonial era is independence era. Country's economy recover and increase slowly. The government also start implementing various plans to ensure the country's economy stable and able to compete with foreign economies. Two types of economic activities, traditional and modern economics. Traditional economics activity carry out such as trade, agriculture and mining. Modern economics refers to the economy developed by British and Chinese entrepreneurs characterized by mass production, modern technology, abundant workforce use of agricultural. The first Malaya plan aimed to increase the country's economic growth with focus on the rural sector, diversity agricultural products, so that they do not depend only on rubber production. The main initiative in Malaya plan is REDA strives to develop rural communities through social, economic and infrastructure development. FELDA opens and develop new land of a large scale for families from rural areas were transferred to plant rubber or oil palm. Housing and basic amenities are provided for the settlers.
Economic characteristic of the colonial era is rapidity of infrastructure, which in economic terms, infrastructure often involves the production of public goods or a production process that supports natural monopolies. Next, mining activity which Its meaning activities is all activities at a facility that's directly promoting meaning, including activities before, during and after meaning. The meaning is the oldest company in Malaya. For rubber industry is at the initial stage of the development of the rubber industry in Malaya. Is a relatively slow process and requires persistent effort. Economic dualism is a way of conceptualizing the existence of two separate by symbolic sets of economic processes or markets within the same political or national social political framework.
For the issue and problems is in 2020, Malaysia has been shocked with COVID-19 pandemic. Next, total loss suffered by the government since the implementation of PKP is around 63 billion ringgit. Another issue and problems are the government announced the implementation of the Movement Control Order PKP in 4 phases from March 18 to May 3. Next, for the development of economic, is the manufacturing sector has increased by 2.1% in September 2020 compared to the decline in August 2020. The agriculture sector, the price of crude palm oil is increasing compared to May 2020. And other than that, rubber prices growth when the price of SMR20 rubber increased to RM6.33 per kilogram in November 2020 compared to RM4.73 per kilogram in April 2020.
In the conclusion, we can know about history of economic since pre-colonial era, colonial era, and independence era. We also know characteristic of development during colonial era. Other than that, can get more knowledge about economy and country can survive and grow. Like usually even has problems that affected to economy.